Yeah, I feel like, look, wouldn't it be such a cool story if in A1 it had got one team through groups starting 09? Wouldn't that be a great story to tell your kids? You could tell them you were there, and they're like, I don't believe you. There's no way that happened. Oh, when's Worlds next? Okay, let me go look at the World schedule. I'm trying to keep track of Worlds. It's on Monday. Oh, it's on Tuesday. Thursday. The 13th? So it's the first week is done and the second week starts week. The first section is done, the second section starts. Okay, the 13th. There's a little bit of a break. Yeah, when TFT turns it TFT, NA turns it around. Oh, my flight to New York is at 6 a.m. It's okay. I got it. Let's do it. Key Hero 7, what about for 112 months? You're the best? No, you're the best, dude. 112 with your beast. You know, I think TFT is best done in person. I think that there's a lot of enjoyment with and best done as like a team. I definitely think there's a lot of enjoyment possible that way. I really do like the 2v2 team format. Not double up, but like the solo 2v2, I think is one of the best ways to play. Really funny. While I'm in New York, I'm there for Worlds. Solo 2v2v2v2. So like solo duos, where it's not double up, but you're on a team. You know 100 Thieves could win all their next game and still get instantly eliminated? I mean, yeah, that's what happens when you're 3-3. There's also a chance of teams being 2-4 and getting through off of like Omega tiebreakers, you know? Classic opener? Dude, I have not seen one of these openers in a long time. I do like that Astral openers aren't as good, but I feel it's bad for Astrals. Oh my god. This is not the most insane opener ever. He still has to take a tier 2 turn at Worlds. Really? Wait, Really? I'm gonna need a fact checker for that one. Any fact checkers? What's that website where you check political facts? It's a top post on Reddit. Oh no, but Reddit's been wrong before. The clarification legit? No. I'm gonna need another fact checker. Maybe like 2 or 3, and maybe a recount. I just so that we're all sure. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. One of the things right here, I'm trying to reroll Astrals, but I feel like that may not be. Okay, wait, hold on. Wait, there's no Namzi. Do you think it's possible to reroll? Do you think Astral reroll just blows down or what? Shuffle 0415, 1 buy for 3 months. Wow, I really didn't kill any of these. Like I'm down to kill this either. Okay, just one. Nope. Wow, I'm not selling both of these, so I guess we're just not gonna make 20 here. Okay. Yeah, I feel like, look, wouldn't it be such a cool story if in A1 it had got one team through groups starting 09? Wouldn't that be a great story to tell your kids? You could tell them you were there, and they're like, I don't believe you. There's no way that happened. And as it goes 0-18 for them to wake up, real talk, that shit is dumb as. Throwing 0-18 is not gonna make them wake up. They're not sleeping. That's the problem. This. Yeah. It's just some random excuse people are using to, it's like, huh? If anything, like, I think going 0-18 would be like one of the worst things to ever happen for NA. Like, actually one of the worst things that could ever happen. Like, one of the only ways for people to get interested in NA, LoL esports in general, is for their teams to win. For them to go through a horrific loss, like, there's a reason why North America is one of the only regions that's decreasing in league popularity. One of the only ones. And the solution isn't, wow, they need a wake-up call. This, what? They know that. It's not like they suck and don't care either. It's like a lot of small things, I feel, that stacked on top of each other. It just sucks that that's the case, that's all. I don't think I've heard of any way to possibly fix it that it's gonna work. And so it's just like a very depressing situation. Anything that doesn't spend for 9 months, I mean, that's happened before, but I feel like, I don't know. The reason I always support NA is the same thing I said on stream, was just because I feel like it's just a very bad situation to always have everyone be so negative about LCS. It feels awful as a fan, awful as a viewer, where no one can ever be happy about anything. Everyone's just so jaded that it feels really bad. I got punished for rolling. 6 rolls, no astrals, really? LCS only has negatives? That's not true. It's like you get 5 positives out of everything. You know? It's like people just want to hang on negatives because, I don't know. Like, why are there any expectations that NA does well at Worlds? If historically that's never been the case. And why are people so shocked when they don't do well again? Not even just this year, but other years. It feels like NA has had some decent MSIs, but it's always like it's never enough. Like, people flame the shit out of them regardless. That's like, okay. But also, if fan is still gonna hurt, especially with Worlds or home soil. I mean, yeah, but I feel like the focus shouldn't be on all the negative stuff. That's all I'm saying. I feel like the focus is always on the negative stuff. And I'm just like, it fucking sucks that that's the case. Like, I watch Worlds, and if NA doesn't do well, it's like, fuck it. The memes are funny, and I hope they do better. You know. No, I'm honestly hitting a decent amount now. Before, it was kind of sad that I wasn't hitting enough, but hitting is okay. If I all in next round and hit everything, maybe it's okay. I don't like that this guy has Astrals. I was actually trying harder and never improving with tons of investment. I mean, I think the improvement isn't regional, but rather team by team kind of deal. And then there's some setbacks with COVID, but I don't know. I don't watch LCS enough to really talk too much about that. I'm not saying, obviously, you can't, it's not that you can't be upset, that you're not allowed to be upset about NA not doing well, but I find some of it to be ridiculous. And some of it just not to be enjoyable. Like, if I don't like something, I just don't watch it, you know, or I don't interact with it. If I think NA is not doing well at Worlds, and it hurts. It like hurts me at that level where I hate it. I hate that they're not doing well. They're not fucking not good enough. It's like, okay, well, they're not good enough. I understand that. So I'm going to just go and not keep watching them, because that's what a sane person would do. What definitely hurts is the gap between NA and UC get bigger. It's okay when LCS and LEC were always on parity. I mean, I would say the parity has not been that much. I would say generally speaking, the parity has not existed as much as you think it has. Bro! What the fuck do I do here? I think you just sell this.
Trickling progress.
And you roll till...
They will fear the wild.
You're good. I think all in on NA talent. I mean, we can talk about their systems later, but like I'm the person that's never wanted there to be imports. Like I've always wanted it to be like one import per team rule. But I'm well over the period of time where I care too much about that. It's like I just accept that that's not the case. It's not like some of the imports are bad, you know. It's like I feel like that's also people just moving goalposts. It's like, well, then at least they should be like this. It's like, well, okay, but it's not gonna be like that. 3, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, sorry, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Is it hard to hear about NA teams and no one actually of NA on the team? I mean, I agree with that, but I feel like that's just another problem. It's like another problem, and it's like you're not really talking about NA at Worlds. That's just like a thing that you wish was true. Like you'd rather them go 0-18 at Worlds. Like why don't they just? You'd rather, yeah. I'd rather have I don't know. Single tier 2 turret was taking part. You verified yourself? Oh no, I'm just kidding. I 100% knew that they didn't take a tier 2 turret, man. I really just didn't want to. I didn't want to believe it. I'd rather not, bro. You don't have to tell me NA sucks. Trust me, I know. Oh, trust me, I know. Yeah, I guess. It's one of those things that I don't like. I'd rather full NA team go 0-18, but then otherwise, yeah. I mean, like I would rather have the NALCS be less imports as well. But I think we've flown that angle away from that angle a long time ago. I would say, like we're well past the point where we can go back to do something without I guess changing up a lot of a ton. How the f am I supposed to hit here? I need that Twitch. Okay, those are pretty big hits. Okay, that's a huge hit.
This world is so strange.
Wow, okay. That's really good. Is that 14? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13? 13, 14 is good. Yeah, the ship has sailed. I skipped Twitch, but you can't put Twitch until you hit Lux 3 anyway, so I'm not too sad about it. At what point is enough? Should we accept that they're gonna suck every year? Sport organizations with their dive, they don't have success. Yeah, I mean, I agree, but I just feel like I don't know. I feel like it's not something I mean, okay, I'll put it this way. You talk about acceptance as something that it's like, well, what the f are you doing? Yeah, you have to accept it because it's just happening. It's not like you're gonna change that facet because. No, and they don't go 0-9. Like what? Like it's happening. Like it's not. It's more like a fact. Like you accept that the fact exists and then you work around it, kind of deal. I don't necessarily know what kind of solutions are there. I just think Like, it's just weird that. Oh, hold on a sec. I think Axiom is pretty good here. Then I need another tier. Because Axiom and Lux is actually BIS. Yeah. I guess it's more like, I feel like if you're gonna be really jaded about the like esports in general in NA or in ALCS, like it's like I guess it's more of like a weird expectation thing, or just I feel like that's a bad way to live your life, because it's gonna be really sad if you always in that situation where like they have to win it all or else you're gonna be miserable kind of deal.
Breathe life into the cosmos.
That's 14. I'm good. A level for Twitch. I think I skipped another Twitch. It's fine. I want to win sometimes. I do too. That's why until they win, I'm gonna hope they win. You know, that's what I'm saying. Like, I think what I do is it's like when I go into NA, I feel really bad about people who still want to support their teams, because a lot of times the discourse isn't like what are their chances. It's like they're just gonna fucking lose because they suck ass. You know? And so I like to support them regardless of the odds. Even if it's a little bit unrealistic. I feel like it's better to live life more like that, because it's more fun than living in the opposite way, which is that you're just gonna fucking be miserable at all points in time, unless randomly NA puts out a world championship caliber team out of their ass. Yeah, like if you're in a spot where like you can't help but be really angry at NA, LCS, like it's okay not to watch them lose. Like man, they fucking suck. Yeah, you're right. They fucking do. This world has sucked at. Yeah, it has. Like, you don't have to watch and be angry about it. Like, if you can't, it's like it's okay to take a break, to do something else. Like, people are like just really mad all the time. I'm just like, okay, how do we make it more chill? They suck, but they're our boys. That's what I'm saying. Okay, but really, I don't know how to put in Twitch here. Just this. I guess we just put in this for now. Maybe it's this instead, actually. Yeah, NA is a region that have perseverance, discipline, and confidence. LA had the Land Peak representatives to community roasted for even Hero pick. I feel like it's hard to be a player for NA as well, because there's such high expectations. Even though the expectations are really high for orgs, even though historically NA is not done really well, the players get shit on for experimenting. Or it's like when I read the post game threads at Worlds, it's crazy. Okay, it's like people are mad that people are mad that like they're not playing their style. People are mad that they're playing their style. People are mad that they're not copying the meta picks from other teams. People are mad that like they are copying, but they just suck at it. People are mad that like I can't believe he would have the audacity to counter pick top lane. And like it's like two best of ones, and they're like fucking people are like foaming at the mouth, and I'm just like, well, I'm sure that there was like it didn't work out well, but there were situations where they could have, you know. Like I remember watching the C9 Fnatic game, be like, I went into the game and be like, okay, like I know what they need to do. They're gonna need to get this Fiora and LeBlanc ahead to be able to make plays on a teamfight oriented comp, and they weren't able to do that. And I don't know how that they can figure out how to do that later, but I do think, yeah, this Lux is popping off with Axiom. This is my favorite version of Lux, by the way. Axiom Lux, fucking great. Yeah, but I don't know. I feel like it's like the expectation is that if they win, people can't talk that much shit. Like, it's not gonna happen. But if they lose, then everyone comes out of the woodworks and be like, they lost for these 17 or 19 different reasons. And I'm just like, bro, they lost because they were just worse. Hopefully they play better next time. Oh, that's bad. I mean, it's not that bad. I need a bow though to really make this good. But I mean, I can get away with it. because what happens is I can do this, and then I can. It's like not bad. Follow this and pray to God I get this. I support LPL mainly. It's hilarious to see Weibo threads. Yeah, like for me, I follow the League of Legends subreddit a lot, and a lot of the reason I follow it is full disclosure. It's funny to read post game threads. I like reading the exaggerations, etc., etc. You know, I think they're funny. If I just don't. I just think if they're just. Sometimes I read it, I'm like, man, like it feels really bad to be like a fan of NALCS or to have any hope because people just shit on you for it. You know, the teams or the fans. Like I want fans to be happy supporting their teams, even if they don't do well. But I don't think you can be a person that supports the NA teams without getting shit on right now. Like, how can you support when people are saying stuff like, how can you support a team that does bad, that does so bad? It's like, bro, in traditional sports, I'm pretty sure there's some teams that like don't win ever, right? But they still have supporters. Because sometimes it's like, it's okay to have some hope. It's just fun to support that kind of stuff sometimes, you know? Yeah, like it's okay to lose. I just think the expectations are different, right? If you're a fan of a team that loses a lot, the expectations isn't that like you go to the World Series and win, right? It's like if you even make it close, you're like, oh shit, let's go. Hell yeah, dude, we won a game? Let's do it. That team's supporters get upset when their teams will always lose enough. I mean, it's true, but I feel like there's like a level where I feel like it's like almost not acceptable for people, for any teams to win. Like I always say this, I think any popularity will only get better if they win worlds, and I feel like that's like, I would personally be happy if we just have a couple of team lead groups. A semis appearance at worlds would be fantastic for me, but I feel like interest wise, like no one, it's like a worlds, it's like a we win worlds or bust, or league will, I feel like keep dying in A until that's the case. Because right now it's like you make fun of people who play league, like how can you play that shitty ass game, you know? And that's kind of a little exhausting sometimes. You can't be even proud of the game that you play, and you have to cope by saying, yeah, I know it's a shit game. The amount of people that came up to me and said, Scar, you got me into league this week, and the amount of people who are just like who then like said something like, wow, that sucked, that happened, or like made some kind of insinuation. I did that too, for sure. But it was just like, I realized afterwards, I was like, man, like kind of sucks that people can't be happy about the game that they play. Not even at an addiction level, but just like it's league is fun to play. All the games I played a long time, I very much enjoy. It is a common joke, but I feel like there's a lot of truth. It's like there's a little bit of, you know, haha, but really, haha, you know. That's not even that bad. You can be a Tarkov player. That's true. You know, yeah, 2 people came up to me and said they were super happy I played Tarkov. Dude, Tarkov players fans are sick. They were just like, yeah, I love that you did nothing for 20 minutes and literally just got shot and died. And I'm like, oh, cool. Yeah. Like they said that. I was like, okay, cool. By the way, I don't know what I'm doing. I've been talking so much. Am I winning? Am I losing? What's going on? I haven't moved my units. I'm playing Astro Reroll. The reason why bad teams are so have good support is because of draft picks. You get draft picks because that they'll turn it around. I don't think NA fans will have hope they can turn around is gone. I think it's just got, the systems are in place to try to help worse teams. But I'm sure there's bad teams in that, regardless of draft picks, still suck, right? Like they can be given like 1 million draft picks and they're not very good at using them. I don't know. There's some strategy with draft picks, right? Like you need to scout correctly, and there's some shit where like if you don't, then it's right. No one's where that's just because people support players, not orgs, and no one who's solely 100 these fans someday are FPIs. No one backs the team. And they're private. People support others. I think that's a more reasonable take, in that people support players. And I would say that's a fair take. The thing is, and what's really hard is it's hard for players to have longevity because the game changes so much. in a lot of different games, right, you'll have veterans in the scene. But my Lux is slapping. Let's go. Yo, this guy's whole board just died instantly. What the? Is Soraka over Sedge? Oh yeah, maybe. Oh, you don't want to Shojin Soraka here. Oh shit, what do I do? You want to get an Ace Soul and get a blue buff on Ace Soul, and he becomes monstrously strong. Third cone. Huh. Oh, for people who don't know, let's talk a little bit about this game before we go back to my thought. The reason why our Axiom is really good is when your carry is exactly 60 mana. So there's two carries in the game that are like that: Lux and Ace Soul. If you put blue buff on them, it resets to 20, and then they kill someone, and it gets to 60, and they cast instantly. So if Lux kills anyone in their first or second cast, she resets to 60 mana and casts again. So you'll see Lux just start chain gunning shit like fucking 6 casts in a row because of that, which is cool. Third cone is, I mean, I decided like do 3 cones, you know, because a lot of my combo revolves around Lux getting the kill. If I leave them at 1 life, that's not good enough. I have to kill in 2 casts. So right here, I didn't get a reset. So now my fight's extended a little too long. I got a kill, and we're golden. And now, I still win this, right? Pretty sure this guy doesn't die. Oh yeah, suck him. Suck him. Cool. Alright, yeah, but I think it's because in a lot of teams, the veteran players are there to share their experience with new players, right? And there's a lot of good like a team gets well balanced by, usually it's like in any sport, like a new person comes in with very good mechanics, however, of that sport, without much experience, and you want like essentially any good training system has like veterans who you, this mother veterans who are there who can share their experience and kind of teach like these new players. But in League, a lot of times, because the stuff is so new, or because the stuff changes so much, that like the experience from old players actually tends to get outdated very quickly. I think the game state has been relatively kept the same since like I think season 6, but especially in earlier seasons, like you have to learn how to do all kinds of stuff that would just get erased or evaporated just whenever, you know. I proc Alexa abilities, yeah, with JG it does. I was a Psalm. Oh, you don't want to do it because Psalm's got a really Psalm has this stupid interaction where when he casts with Axiom, he does, how do I say this? He does this thing where he double casts in a straight line, which is good for most other mages. But the way Psalm works is that Psalm double casts in the line and then explodes everything unit that he's marked with his first cast. So usually it's, I think, 2 or 3 initial waves of cast that spread out, and then he shoots like a thing that explodes all the marked targets. But if you double wave 1, you're only gonna mark 1 line or maybe like 1 or 2 units in the area. So you actually lose DPS with Axiom a lot of times in like really stupid ways. These guys don't know. I'm gonna roll them with Acel here. Oh my god, just give it to me. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I'm pretty sure my board's done. There's the Ace. Now I just replace these 2 with Ace and I'm done. I literally haven't moved my board the entire game. I think I won the game. Huh. Let's go! That's a just chatting win right there. I literally spent the whole day talking about LCS. Let's go! I didn't move a single unit. That's because I believed in it, by the way.